Folks, what is happening? Welcome back to the Punchline Podcast. This is episode 5, and today I am joined by the wonderful Stace Don. Before we go any further, again, this episode is one of a sensitive nature. So if you're going to sit in on the episode, just take care of yourselves when you're listening to it. Or if you don't feel that you're ready for this hard-hitting story, feel free to skip past it. All links to support groups and everything else we will attach in the description and in the links to the episode. So if you get through the episode and you feel that you need to reach out to anyone or go anywhere, we'll have the relevant resources attached to the episode. So Stacey, welcome to the Punchline Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thanks for coming on. So you've came in today and you've gave me, this is what we're going to talk about, your book, My Girl. So how we got to the book, 2021, you launched your blog and support community for survivors of abuse, is that correct? Yeah?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Happy days. The blog shared emotional and practical advice around the legal systems and social services and healing, most of all, that's why we're here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your aim is to advocate. Hang on, what did I say there, Jack? You can cut this bit out. See, told you. To be an advocate. So your aim is to be an advocate for what you lacked kind of in your life, especially those in foster care and abuse situations.
Yeah, just be a person for others that I didn't have and hopefully show awareness and cut stigma around circumstances that I've unfortunately been exposed to.
Yeah. So this book, I have seen this book pop up on social media. I've seen people share it. It's called My Girl. So you teamed up with an award-winning ghostwriter to write this, didn't you? Yeah. It's about raw courage, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's basically a memoir about your experience.
Yeah.
So this is a true hard-hitting book written basically from experience.
Yeah, just try to be honest and as real as I could be through it.
Yeah. So I think what we're going to find, what I already know of you, but I think all the viewers are going to find at the end of this, is that you're actually more than an author. You're a powerful voice with the book and the blog. And I think you're going to reach a lot of people with it.
I hope so. I hope to help as many people as I can.
So the book is based on yourself.
Yeah.
So you're originally from Manchester, Oldham?
Yeah, Oldham, Manchester.
Oldham?
Yeah.
So I followed a boxer from Manchester. He was from Hyde. Is that anywhere near Oldham? No?
About not too far.
No?
Not too far.
Been to Manchester 3 times in my life, but that's where I ended up. I ended up in Hyde. So I did. So you were born in Oldham, reared in Oldham, and you came up in the foster system?
Yeah, I ended up being fostered out from being a baby till I was 10 years old.
Okay. And the foster parents that got you, they were the ones that kept you right up until...
Yeah, they kept me till I was 10. They looked after me. I had a really healthy childhood though, to be honest. I was thriving, didn't really suspect anything, and then when I was 7, my life changed.
Yeah. And up until the point of 7, what was life like with a foster family? Everything was blossoming.
Yeah, like when I think back now, it's like I had a sense of belonging, I had a sense of stability, and when you've had things that you've not got now, you kind of realise what you did have.
Yeah.
So that even though it was the best time of my life, it's also caused me massive struggle because I'm constantly trying to find that again.
Trying to find that feeling of belonging and kind of love and want.
Yeah.
Completion, I think, is maybe more the word, isn't it?
Yeah, and just not feeling so much of an outsider and not feeling like you're not wanted in society, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you still have contact with the foster parents now?
Unfortunately, no.
No. Due to circumstances, just?
Yeah, I don't understand what it is. They just won't have any contact with me.
Okay.
It's been like that pretty much. I've seen them once or twice after I moved back to my mum's. I used to try and reach out and have contact with them, but it just kind of closed the door.
Okay. So everyone's maybe scratching their heads at this point. So everything sort of changed, you said, at age 7?
Yeah.
When you were at a park?
Yeah.
Out with the mates, it was a bog standard day, and probably enjoying yourself as well.
Yeah, just went down to the bottom of the street.
And you were approached by an individual.
Yeah.
Which left you probably which did leave you questioning your whole life and identity from that point on.
Yeah, it was strange because the individual turned around and said that it was my dad, but I thought, oh, my dad's at home. And then I've run home and everything's been strange, and they started locking the doors and windows. Didn't understand why, and then it come out that my foster parents was my foster parents and not my actual mum and dad that I grew up to believe.
And that's a lot to take in, like, even at the age of 7 for a young girl, like a young child, regardless. What was kind of, obviously their response was to lock everything up. Can you remember, like, what was going through your head at that point when they were kind of frantic?
I just thought, this is strange, like, why are they locking everything up? And then I was like, but they're my mum and dad. And in my head, it just didn't sit right. But the couple of days after, before social services came back out to disclose that information to me, it was like there was avoidance.
Mm-hmm.
They was trying to avoid me or the situation.
They were kind of trying to disconnect right away, nearly.
Yeah, obviously now I'm older, I kind of understand why that was. But at the time, like, it was like my whole life had just been ripped from underneath me, and I couldn't understand why, because my friends, nothing changed in their lives.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who I was anymore.
Yeah. Probably questioning and scratching your head a lot. So the social services come out to the house, disclose the information, and then what was their next step with you? Did they take you back to, like, into the foster care, or
No.
did they have a place for you to go straight away?
No, so I stayed in that foster home for two and a half years after that.
Okay.
But I was having regular visits with my mum and supervised visit with the individual from the park who told me that it was my dad. And in that time it was quite unsettling because I was going to my mum's and her partner didn't like me, her partner's friends didn't like me. They would say nasty things to me. They would try and give me foods that I didn't like. I always had an eating disorder, so it was a big thing for me.
Was that like bulimia or?
No, I'm really picky with textures and different foods. And I had a very light, bland diet, so at my foster parents I had a set menu.
Yeah.
But when I was visiting my mum's, it would just put anything on a plate, not even try and get to know me or ask me what I like or what I wanted. And then when I couldn't physically eat it, I would have to sit at the table till 9 o'clock at night and then go to bed, and that was on a visit.
Mm-hmm.
But he told me stories about things that he's done in the past, like scare tactics, what I would know it as now. So I was always feared to actually going home and telling my foster parents the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So for some reason, what happened at my mum's, I just never spoke about to anyone.
Mm-hmm. That even like at this stage of the game, listening to it, it's like, it is mental. How was your mother with you when when they reconnected you with your mum? Was she sort of? Was she a bit awkward, or was it?
Yeah, it was. It was always a bit strange with my mum. It was like she was really shy and timid. And a boyfriend and his friends was really overpowering with my mum. So it was never actually that I got a chance to speak to my mum, or my mum would actually tell me anything. It was just other people doing things.
Mm-hmm. Probably at that point couldn't show you herself.
Yeah, I think it was a lot, and yeah, I just don't think she actually knew how to love me, and maybe some guilt played in part and stuff, and
yeah.
But
we'll not go into it, obviously, but there was circumstances as to why she couldn't.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Yeah, my mum does have her own story, and I do have to stress that to people.
Yeah. So it wasn't a case of, like, she was a bad person or anything. She just, obviously, touched on it off camera.
Yeah.
And it's, It is mad, and even I can only imagine even her in that position, getting her daughter back, but still kind of being, as you said, like overpowered and a wee bit of fear and control to a point.
Yeah.
Maybe things being said and done that was completely against what she wanted, but it had to have been done. So that was that takes us up to, you were about 10, 11 at this time?
Yeah, I was 10. I was in the last year of primary school when I moved back to my mum's.
Okay. What was school life like? We'll touch on that.
School life, living with my foster parents. See, my foster mum, she worked at the school.
Okay.
So, like, I was there from, like, 7 in the morning till, like, 6 at night. So I was in with all the staff. Like, anything needed doing, they'd be like, oh, Stacey will do it. And I had, like, a self of importance. And, like, I just got on with everyone. And it was really, really tight-knitted.
Yeah.
So I was just really, like, in all the after-school clubs, I was doing violin, I was doing chess, I was doing, like, literally
all real talented stuff too. Violin and chess, flip me.
I was doing netball, football, so I was involved in absolutely everything. So I loved school, and I was there up until year 6. And then I had to go back to my mum's, and the last, I think year 5, it was a bit of a strange year because I was still living with my foster mum, and everyone kind of knew me as that, but I didn't feel like I had my identity still. So I kind of felt slowly withdrawing from my close friends in the class, and I kind of resented them a little bit because nothing was changing in their life, and everything had changed in mine. So I was struggling with that, and then year 6 when I went to move with my mum's, it was like I was no longer my foster mum, like everyone knew, like Mrs. Robinson's daughter, but when I moved to my mum's, it was like I was no longer Mrs. Robinson's daughter anymore, and it was like everything had stripped. I worked at the school in the morning, I worked at school at night, I worked doing after school clubs, like my life did a complete 360.
And did people act differently with you around that time?
I wouldn't say that like my friends did, but I felt like they did because I knew I was different within my own mind. The teachers I kind of pushed away and resented because I thought, you've all known this, and I just blamed them for carrying the lie that I felt I'd lived.
Yeah, and it is one of them too. I can imagine it's like you probably would feel like I've been lied to my whole life.
Yeah, I did.
But and on the other side, it's like the lie was there to protect you in a sense until you were old enough to be able to deal with it. And it's just, in your wee case, unfortunately, the reality came fucking very early.
Yeah.
Very, very early. So on the visits with your mum then, the other parent, were the visits balanced between them, or how did it end up coming to be that he got involved?
So I do visit with my mum and her partner, but with him, he was actually known to the system.
Yeah.
So
we'll stress that.
His visits had to be supervised. Okay. I only actually had 6 visits, but I only carried out 2 because I just didn't want to go. I didn't feel safe. When I was at my foster parents before I moved to my mum's, I used to go and try and meet him to hurt my foster parents, and he'd like buy me sweets off. I was 8. He'd be at the shop at top of the street watching me. He'd be telling me that he always knows where I am. He's always watched me growing up. So now looking back, I know it was like a tactic and a fear factor, and he was supplying me with sweets to try and provoke my foster parents.
It's one of them as well. It's like there was an old general, and he had all the soldiers. It just kind of reminds me of that a wee bit, that kind of mentality. Had all the soldiers, and they had a chicken in, but it was to make an example to the soldiers. He was like, pull the feathers of the chicken and then feed it. So it handed it to feed and then caused it pain. Handed it to feed, caused it more pain.
Yeah.
Until it was near enough stripped bare, and he says, no matter how much pain you inflict, if you give them hope and an offering, they'll always come back. And it was just a sense of like trapping as well. So that's kind of what... Yeah, maybe that's a weird way where my head's went, but
it actually makes sense the way you say it, because that's how it was. Yeah. And when I look back now, I can see what he was doing, but as that 8-year-old little girl, like he was the only one that had told me the truth at the time. Like, how could I hate someone that had told me the truth?
Yeah. I know, when it seemed to be that everyone else had been lying to you up until then. So after the supervised visit saying... When did it come a point because you ended up then going and visiting. Didn't you?
Yes.
Or was it you had to go? You had no choice, but you had to go.
Well, so when I moved back to my mum's partner was actually friends with him.
Yes.
And obviously he was bullying me. He'd hit me with a belt. He made me eat cigarettes. And then he said he were going to send me to live with the man from the park. Because he'll know I'll get what for. And when I was 13, he dropped me off.
And that was it.
And that was it.
So the abuse was real early on. Then it wasn't. It came from an evil sort of stepfather as well.
Yeah. So when I moved in there, I was living with the man for 9 months. His partner protected me.
Yes.
For 9 months, and then one day he just woke up and said, "Why shouldn't you get it?" And as I went to say, "I don't know," I literally got a "don't," and he slapped me across the face. The old green ashtrays, he threw it and bounced it off my kneecap, and then told me to go and get my washing. I've said there's none, so he took me upstairs, threw my washing, like with my pyjamas on my bed, folding under my pillow, threw them at me. As I walked downstairs to take them put them in the wash basket, he pinned me up against the wall and repeatedly punched me in my ribs, in my side, and then told me when he's going to go out and when he gets back everything in the house has got to be tidy. But I've currently been taken out of school by him, so all the time I was there I wasn't allowed to school. I had to clean, I had to do the washing, I had to...
And what age were you at this point?
13.
13 at this stage?
Yeah.
Out of school and then... So he had kind of... It was a case of, again, disconnecting you even further and kind of locking you away.
Yeah.
It's mental. The partner he was with, was she of the same age or was she younger?
She was actually of the same age, that one.
What was she like? She obviously protected you.
Yeah,
to an
she was
extent.
very protective. But she was currently in and out of hospital. Cause she's quite poorly with health issues, diabetes and kidneys and stuff. So she actually had a hospital visit that morning when he did what he did. And then he left the house, and I had no choice but to ring my mum. And then my mum's partner come and got me like he was the hero. But now when I look back, I think that was my what for.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? It's like how warped people could be.
Yeah.
And even just trying to get inside the psyche of somebody like that, it's like it's a helpless child. Like not I don't mean that in a bad way, but like at that time, if you look at a child there, like how do you get empowered by doing that to a kid?
Yeah, he's beyond me. I just don't know. I couldn't do that to my own.
What was your mother's response to that? Again, obviously she was still sort of caught as well.
Yeah, she was quiet. She obviously let me move back in. But it didn't get much better with a partner and his friends, so I ended up...
Did your mother have a social circle of like her mates, or was she kind of secluded as well?
She had a couple of friends, but it was mainly...
Ones that were sort of vetted by
the
stepfather and the flip me. So she let you move back in then with...
Yeah, and then I was there about just short of a year, and then I moved in with his ex-girlfriend, the one who protected me. I ended up moving in with her. I got myself a job. Was buying my own uniform. Moved in with her.
You were... Is this what you were in to go to college around this point?
I was in year 11.
You're
in
okay.
England, so it was like the last year I was coming up to.
Right.
So yeah, and...
What was life like there when you kind of got in with her and you got back to school and a wee job, and did you start to kind of feel a bit of settlement? It
was like, because she protected me, I felt like I owed her some loyalty, and it really made me want to try and like do better. And I just wanted to make someone proud of me.
Yeah.
Because I'd not had that sense of that since leaving my foster home. So I did settle down, and I kind of did just want to do that. So I managed to do my GCSEs. Well, I got a couple, got into college, started a college course, and then she fell pregnant, so I had to move out.
Okay. And I'm sure that was a tough call, a tough conversation even for her to have.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like it was just like everyone I was getting close to was leaving.
Yeah. Yeah. Which gives you an complete emotional barrier. You're doing very well. Do you want to take a wee minute?
No, honestly, it's fine.
You okay? You're doing well. If we need to take a wee break at any point, we can.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's fine.
It would give you an emotional barrier, I would suppose.
And it kind of, like, when people did come into my life, even now, I kind of feel like I want to do more for them because you're scared of them leaving.
Yeah.
Because I never actually understood why my foster parents left, like why he did that, why I lost my mum at a young age. Like, it's constant questions and you have no clarity.
Yeah. It's a thing with trauma, isn't it? That if you go through your life or you're kind of brought up feeling that you're not good enough, you kind of get into a pattern trying to prove to everybody that you are.
Yeah.
By being overly nice to people, not saying how you feel.
Yeah. And I think because I had it all at the beginning and then not had it since, it's kind of, did I do something? Was it me? Like,
yeah.
And it's hard to adjust knowing that, because once you've had it, I find you do miss it more because you know what you've missing out on.
Yeah. And it's something kind of in the back of your head. It's all you want is something simple.
Yeah.
It's just as simple as a thing as all you want. So when you had to leave that lady's house, was the only option then to go back to
my mum's.
Back to your mother's?
Yeah. I was only there for a few weeks. I started drinking, going to college drinking. And then I got in touch with an old friend and she just had a baby, so she had a house, so I ended up staying there. But I found myself being like the main carer for the baby, as well as trying to run a full college course.
What were you studying? What were you doing at college?
Health and social care level 2.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, so I managed to complete my MVQ 2 and then I started my MVQ 3. But then I got a phone call off the man and he was telling me he's changed, he doesn't hit my siblings no more, he's done anger management. And because he was kind of acknowledging the things that I didn't like about him and what I was scared of, I was naive.
Real narcissist behaviour as well, like, isn't it? It's like you just knowing how to play the game.
Yeah, very manipulative, but I just believed it, and by that point I just wanted that sense of belonging again, and I just thought, right, well, I've got 2 weeks at Christmas for college.
Yeah.
I'm on my college course, just got myself a job, I can come back, I'll continue my college course, I've got work, it's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So even if it hurts me for 2 weeks, I can get out of there, and that was what was in my head, but I thought, he's done anger management,
what you're willing
he's not
to accept just to be, that's mad, like, to think that, isn't it? And as well to think, there is people out there now at the minute like that as well.
Yeah.
Like in the position you were in, scared to say anything. Look, I'll just go back. It'll not be that bad, and almost making it normal, justifying it.
Yeah, justifying that he's not going to hurt me. He's done this anger management, and I'm going to have a holiday for 2 weeks and a lovely Christmas with people that want me around them. And then I'll come back.
Mm-hmm. So we went down there for the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the 2 week stay?
Nope.
No.
I was trapped down there from the 22nd of December until the 23rd of July. Yeah, it wasn't.
And it was just kind of back to the same thing again of locked in the house near enough, no access to anybody.
Yeah, I couldn't speak to anyone. I didn't have a phone. He would take over my social media and speak to my friends and that. I had to drop out of college. He told me I could get in the college down there in Essex, so I went to Southend College, and the tutor there was lovely, but she's like, you have to do 17 assignments in 2 weeks to catch up and you can get on this course. I was like, right, I'll do it. Like, I really wanted to just achieve. So I was at the house looking after my siblings, doing all the like housework and washing and everything else, even though he had a partner. But his partner there was only a couple of years older than me. And then...
So what age was he then at this point? He
was like late 30s, early 40s.
And she was only a couple of years older than you, which would have put her... 19.
Yeah. She was 19.
Okay.
And...
Again, hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? But the naivety, even in maybe loads of other people around looking at it, and even that young girl probably too at the time.
Yeah, definitely. He weren't very nice to her. Did a lot. She ended up being able to get out, and then obviously I was left there with my siblings. And then...
How many siblings do you have, or did you have then?
I saw there was 2 there at the house, and then I have another 2 on his side.
Okay.
I have 3 foster siblings, and then I have a sibling with my mum.
Okay. Do you keep in touch with any of them? Do any of them keep in touch with you? No? No?
No, everyone's cut me off.
Okay. You're doing well. If you need, as I say...
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just hard.
I know, it is.
I've lost everyone.
I can imagine. Hopefully, the progress with the book and doing your interviews and the podcasts sheds a wee bit more light on it. Maybe as well, in a sense too, guilt on their... Maybe the feeling guilty on their parts, or maybe just... I don't... In these situations, like, it's an absolute minefield, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is, like, unexplainable, but in my mind, you like to try and get some, like, closure or clarity on things, it's just not there.
Yeah.
It's hard.
You just even, like, it would just be even just a wee acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Would near enough be enough at times, wouldn't it? So, the siblings, did they... Oh, obviously... I don't know if we can go into them or not, can we?
Not really.
We're not really. No, that's okay. Well, we can jump past them. So the partner at that time had left, which left you, and that is when everything really kicked off.
Yeah, so I did the 17 assignments, but I needed to do I only had psychology ones to do left, and I quite struggled with that. And it was coming to the end of the 2 week, and he'd seen me sat there, like, going through them, like, really trying my hardest to get on this college course, because it would give me an outlet out of the house, maybe make some friends. Like, it weren't a life that I was planning or wanted, but I was trying to make the best of the situation. And I put a wash on, and I put darks in, and he wanted a white t-shirt, and I just remember him holding this white t-shirt up at the kitchen door, and I said, I put darks in, I'll put it on after. He come round the breakfast bar counter and just cleaned me off my feet, and every time I tried getting up, he would just bring me back down to the point where he's telling me to beg to get up, so I am crying, and he'd let me a bit further up each time, but then take me down again. I ended up with bruises and that, and ended up not being able to hand my final assignments in, which I guess was his plan all along. Yeah.
And did the school make contact at any point at that time? No. And then obviously with the age, social services were probably not knocking on the doors anymore?
No, social services, when they dropped me off at my mum's after the supposed trial period, didn't bother. When my mum's partner sent me to live with him, even though we were known to the system, they didn't come checking my whereabouts or my safety. They've never really been involved.
No. And the systems that you think are actually in place to protect us, when you really delve into it and aren't silenced and are allowed to speak out, the truth comes out, like, it's just as to how failing and how inadequate it is, if inadequate's the right word.
Yeah, it is. I just don't understand how they're able to do what they do.
Yeah.
They failed me, but there's been no improvements, because the same failures that they've done with me, they've pretty much done with my daughter.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a vicious cycle. And no, are people within afraid to speak up about change? If they're talking about it, are they getting closed down?
Yeah.
As we've had experience with?
Yeah, I've got an NDA on me through trying to take them to court. Just to get access to my files, I was made to sign an NDA. Oh, my solicitor did because of the COVID, but yeah, so it kind of just shuts you down. Like you're just not allowed to speak the whole truth.
But we find this in like everyday life, and social media now is a mad window to the world out there for no matter where you are in the world. Anyone that is coming and kind of speaking up, they're getting shunned as the bad person. It's and you see it, and you see it across every aspect and every area where anyone is talking and speaking up, making a bit of noise, and then gathering a wee group of supporters who, yes, were for close them down.
Yeah, it's literally like no one can progress with actually making them accountable for what they've actually done.
Because, and it is, I always say, like, it's the hierarchy that are in charge of running narratives. Television, tell a vision.
Yeah.
Everything you see, it's all down to a narrative. If I see it on the news, I always go the opposite way.
Yeah.
I was the same, even you touched on COVID, I was the same with that.
Yeah.
Countries in lockdown, this and that. Our house, my missus went ballistic with it. She bought into it. And I just kind of sat and listened to what was going on. I was like, no, none of this actually makes sense.
Yeah.
But you saw with that, anyone coming up saying, I'm not closing down my business, or I'm not doing, they were getting arrested.
Yeah.
And they were getting...
Anyone who speaks out, they can threaten him. Like, I've been threatened with fines, prison sentence, multiple things, just for telling my truth.
Yeah, for speaking up. And it's a thing when you grow up, is that you're always told to tell the truth.
Yeah. And if there was a service that actually wanted to help people, they'd want the feedback or to know where they've done wrong so they can put them wrongs right. So I really don't understand how they're just happy as a system to keep failing all these people.
Yeah.
Because it's damaging. It's a ripple effect. It's not just damaging for you. It can, like my daughter, it's damaging. Then that passes on to like your partners or people around you.
Yeah, it's just a massive ripple effect, isn't it? It was kind of like we had a guest on episode 3, and she went through the court system and her case was through out, and when she came out to speak out about it, she was contacted and basically told, you need to remove all of this because we're reopening the case, but nothing was ever done. It was literally, and that is on a small scale, just to go.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. When I was, obviously I can't speak about it much, but when I was trying to take social services to court and they said like, listen, we can't do it for whatever reasons, you're just one of thousands of cases for let down, and that really struck me. That really stuck with me. Just move on to the next one.
You're just one of thousands, that's it.
Yeah, and that has really sat with me, and it's not okay. Like, we are people, and we've got to live this.
Absolutely, and yous are people in authority that we are led to believe that we need to trust in, and yet that you're shrugging me off like that.
Yeah, and literally everything went off, and I was just like.
But then, the ripple effect does go. Any wonder some people then turn to drink, drugs, alcohol.
Yeah.
Because they can't even get the support groups.
No.
You know, and going to the support groups, some stuff is heavy, and I have seen it. I've seen it. In some cases, people talking to like support group workers and whatever, and things being just a bit too hot and heavy, and it's brushed off.
Yeah.
That's where we are here. You've kind of seen the facility. We haven't been upstairs. We have a wee offices and stuff upstairs, and there's counselling systems up there and whatever, and we try and have the best around us. Like yourself, you're trying to advocate for the person that you didn't kind of have. I'm sort of the same in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
For some of the kids coming in, I know what I needed at a certain stage of my life, and I know who I needed, and what outlet I needed, and what advice I needed. So we're trying to surround kind of the community and the wider community now with that all under one roof.
Yeah.
In a sense, but some of the stories are hard, like, and even for some young children, even some adults coming in and having to speak about it. It's some of the stuff that they would say, like, and what we would hear is, it's flipping earth shaking, you know. But obviously, the abuse kind of got worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when it went beyond sort of punching and kicking and throwing about?
Yeah, so like the physical abuse, and then it turned to sexual abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I just
Horrific.
yeah.
Horrific.
But it would try and normalise it by saying he didn't bring me up. People don't know us over here. Like, me and you can bring your siblings up in a house in Kent, and
Almost
we just
like
live
a couple. Live like a couple. And
yeah, and he was really trying to normalise it, but no.
Did he have many? Did he have many friends, or was it like just select one or two?
No, he.
Did he kind of live a secluded
Yeah,
life
pretty
as well?
much. Like when we was there, he had a friend that he brought round to the house and stuff. But like they not spoke like for years and years, and they just like each other in Southend High Street, and then they ended up back in touch. So it was just one of them, not like really close friends. When he lived with his partner, I never really knew him to have many friends.
Mm-hmm.
But he always claims that he was in the army, and he wasn't in the army.
He wasn't.
But no, and he kind of just lives his life with this fantasy tale. And I just don't know. Like, we'd sit and watch a football film, and then he jumped up and put a card in my mouth, a bank card in my mouth, and told me he said he would play him, but he went to like punch me in my stomach, and he went, if I would have punched you in your stomach, then you would have ended up with a Chelsea smile. And he just like tries and copies of films and different things. And then he'd been very military. He'd like put three chairs, like kitchen chairs, across each other, and he'd make me and my siblings do sit-ups, and every time I couldn't complete a sit-up, he'd punch you in your stomach because you weren't good enough.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's just kind of how it was.
And whenever the sexual abuse started, the siblings were out of the house at this point, or were they?
One of them was, yeah.
One of them?
The one was upstairs, and then she ended up going back to her mum's after a couple of months, but yeah.
Did she know, obviously?
No, she was young.
She was only young, a lot younger. How long did the abuse last?
So the sexual abuse was just before my 18th birthday.
And almost probably in a way, this is the sick, sadistic, like twisted bit of the mind. Probably in a sense is like consensual age.
Yeah.
In his own warped fucking brain.
Well, he did tell me that he had to beat me up when I was a kid because he used to see me that way and stuff. And then with that, yeah, he first did he tried the sexual assault, like trying to like park up in like parked areas and stuff, like where I don't know, like where there's loads of fields and stuff, and you've got a car park. He'd park up in places like that around Essex, and they try and touch me and stuff, and then be like, you want me to be nice to you, don't you, and stuff, and you kind of never knew what you was going to get and whatnot.
Is that how it started?
Yeah, and then he raped me just before my 18th birthday.
You're doing well. You okay?
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot to take. Like, it is. Then, I suppose you yourself become even more secluded inward at that point, but was it not in a sense? I don't even know. I can't even imagine where the mind goes at that point.
It was strange, and I ended up really, really poorly, and I went down, and they ended up going to the doctors, and they was like, "Are you pregnant?" And I was like, "No." And it didn't even dawn to me that I'd had sexual activity because I wasn't that child. Like I never had. I was more into my football or trying to adapt to lifestyles and anything like that. I had no confidence and whatnot. I don't now, and it was. I just weren't that, so I was like, no. And then they give we need you to take this pregnancy test, take it home. And I was going back, and there was connections, and I went in there, and I was reading the instructions, and I was looking at it, and I just kind of put it in my pocket, and it's like I walked down the street, and something just twigged, like this is real, like, and I just...
Because I suppose at the time, your brain would probably take it's a primal thing, wouldn't it be? Just survival mode.
Yeah.
Shield. And then obviously that reality hit is...
Yeah, and I got in the house and he'd known, like he weren't in when I went out, and I kind of hoped I could get back before him, and I didn't. So when I've gone in the house, he used to do this anyway, grip me by my throat, pin me up against the bedroom door. Like his bedroom was on like the main floor. It was like a house above a shop, so the layout was like really strange. And he went to punch me in the stomach because he normally did, and I was just like, I'm pregnant. I don't even know how I got it out. And I just dropped it. He just like dropped me to the floor and just kicked me in my head.
Kicked you in the head?
Yeah.
And then just nonchalantly walked off?
Yeah, just walked off into the kitchen.
Are you thinking at this point, I need out of here?
Yeah. He went out the day after, and I went and got the spare phone out of his room, and among the police, I didn't tell him about anything apart from him pinning me up, and I had all fingerprints on my neck, so I had to go and meet the police, and I asked them to ring my mum. They wanted to take me back to the house and question him, but I said, please no. I was begging the police officer, please, because if you come back to the house and he manipulates you.
It's not even the sense of if he manipulates you. It's when you leave.
Yeah, that was it. And it, like, because he always said that he gets away with things, and when he broke my ribs when I was younger, and I retracted my statement because I was scared, and like it was like a loyalty thing at the time, stupidly. And then I told the social services about him hitting like other people. They didn't take it serious, and because when I told the social services about what my mum's partner was doing, it was like I was never believed. So if that police officer went into that house and then didn't believe what had gone on, I don't know what would have happened. He used to threaten to kill me all the time. Tell me that he'd bury me and tell everyone I've gone back to Oldham, and no one would
know that you did. So it was a case that
I was thinking he actually could do this.
Yeah, but that's how, not how, I don't mean this in a bad way, but that's kind of how like warped your mind would have been too at that point. It's kind of like he could. He's literally getting away with everything else. He could make me disappear here if he wanted.
Yeah.
I just want to, just before we jump forward a wee bit, I just want to go back to something that you said a couple of paragraphs ago about I had no confidence and I still don't.
Yeah.
See, doing what you're doing, writing the book, coming up here and speaking. Do you know how much confidence that requires?
No. I just depicted to hopefully help others.
Yeah. But that is, you are more confident than you give yourself credit for now. So you are. Because this requires a lot of confidence. To do what you have done, to do what you're doing. Because obviously I know kind of, we chatted off camera and we've chatted the other day and stuff on the phone. Yeah. I know where you're driving this. That requires confidence. That requires resilience, belief. So kind of at this stage, I would kind of look at yourself in the mirror every now and again. It'll do no harm. And talk good about yourself. Give yourself a wee confidence. But I am confident. Just look at what you're doing. Look at what you've done. Look at what you've came through. And the challenges that you've met head on. A confident person wouldn't be able to carry the weight or go forward and do everything you're doing and have done. So just, if you can take anything away from this, take that away. You're more confident than you give yourself credit for. So you are.
Yeah, I think it's just deep in my core, just not feeling good enough, and other things. I do struggle.
Yeah, and that's understandable that you would struggle. But you've kept putting one foot in front of the other up till the point where we're at now.
Yeah.
But do you ever do any like self-talk?
No, I won't say self-talk.
Do you ever look at yourself in the mirror and go, I look really good today?
I don't know,
I
not
feel really
really.
good today.
Some days I wake up and be like, right, you're going to achieve, you're going to do this and you're going to do that. And then other days I'm just like, that like other thing just creeps in and like, you're not good enough, you're not going to do that. Everything you're trying is for nothing, you're going to fail. And it is a battle between both sides of my brain. It is
but
mad.
it's the yin and yang of life. And when you get the wee devil on your shoulder or that other wee voice, you're not. The easy way out is always sitting there ready to take us away.
Yeah.
And pull us away from it's good and evil. Whether you're religious, spiritual, no matter where you look in life, it's always light and dark.
Yeah.
Good and bad, high and low. So it's all about balance.
Yeah, that's something I don't have. I think it's because when it was good, everything was good, and then when it was bad, everything was bad. For me to have a balance now, like, I'm still trying to learn like little bits of normality.
Yeah. But when were you born? What's your star sign? Just out of curiosity.
Taurus.
Oh, you're a Taurus, are you?
Best star sign.
I'm a Libra, so I literally am the scales.
Oh, okay.
So only until I got a lot older, I started understanding fine balance. Because I would go one way or the other.
Yeah, that's me.
So you're either really high or you're really high in the sense of I'm happy, I'm buzzing.
Yeah. Or really low.
And then I'm down. Don't want to talk to no one. Everyone leave. What's happening? You went to the toilet there, or you went,
Yeah.
But yeah, just take that forward with you, and that there. Just don't be putting yourself down like that, because you are confident. Even how you come in and you're sitting down here ready to face all this again.
Yeah.
It's confidence. And that's resilience too. And bravery and strong. So just take a wee deep breath. Okay, I am confident. So moving on then. The police came. Or you got the interview, you got to talk to the police?
Yes, I spoke to a policeman, so he did agree to ring my mum.
Yeah.
And found out through him that she weren't with the person that she was with anymore.
Yeah.
Because he was using my socials and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so the police rung my mum, and I kind of came a part of a game that I didn't want to be part of, but I was kind of saying, right, if I go back and have the baby in Undone, I'll just finish my college and then I'll come back. And that's kind of what I had to do to try and get out of there. I was like, everyone's going to be asking questions if I stay here and whatnot. I don't know what gave me the strength, because literally, like, he'd come upstairs and throw tablets at me, tell me to kill myself. The baby's going to be disabled. He literally got in my head with that.
Yeah. And
then my mum rung, and he went, right, you can ask her to go and stay there, but you have to give this story. So my story was, I met some guy at the South End Air Show.
Mm-hmm.
He had a motorbike. I liked it. I disappeared with him for a night, and I'll never forget it. England were playing, and John Carson was in there, and Scott Carson was in there, and John Terry was in defence, and
mm-hmm.
he said, the baby's dad's called John Carson.
Mm-hmm.
And I answered the phone literally within a couple of minutes of giving that story, and I'm thinking, please don't mention the police. Please don't mention the police. And luckily my mum didn't, and she said I could go back and whatnot. And
aware probably of...
Possibly.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful that she didn't, because that was my way out. And he agreed that my mum could get me a coach ticket
mm-hmm.
and whatnot. And it was his birthday and Father's Day, because in June, and my ticket was a couple of days later, and the eggshells that I was on, trying not to do anything wrong within them days.
Just get out.
Just get out,
mm-hmm.
and just thinking it's going to get to the day and something's going to happen to me. That when I actually got out and finally got on the coach, I got told him, I seen my mum. It was such a relief, and like so much weight gone off my shoulder, but I had so much more to come. I'm
At the same
pregnant
time,
now.
that anxiety level's still up there. It's
Yeah, because he'd give me this fear factor. I've got this story. I've got this baby. Like,
You're just being, yeah, I know.
and then I had to adapt to then living with that story, trying to be a parent, even though I didn't feel like a parent because it was just all strange to me because it weren't consensual, it weren't, and I didn't plan it.
And you were still young at the time too, whenever...
Yeah, I was only 18 by
18
this
when the
point.
baby was born?
Yeah.
And how far along would you have been then by the time you got...
I was 15 weeks by the time I got to Oldham.
By the time you got the Oldham?
Yeah, I was 15 weeks pregnant.
And was there any like contact from him or anything in between from that till kind of...
So he gave me a phone, but it only worked on a computer, like the lead from a computer. It was like a Microsoft phone.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he gave me.
Do you remember that?
And he was sending me messages on that, but I knew once that died, I couldn't reply. So until that died, I just tried to keep conversations like normal and just... But once it died then, like, it was like I heard nothing of him, but I always expected him to turn up.
To turn up because you weren't answering? And
because of what happened when I was in foster care and what happened when I lived at my mum's, and then I ended up living with him. Like, I just...
Which that then, that gives you something else. That's hypervigilance. You can't settle. You can never settle when you're out or about or...
Yeah, no, that's what it was like. It was like I was constantly looking over my shoulder, like, and now it weren't just me that I had to fend for. I had a baby and...
Yeah.
It was
trying
hard.
to keep yourself right and whatever for the sake of the wee baby growing as well. And you got through pregnancy okay, and
when I was pregnant I did everything I possibly could because it wouldn't have sat right in my head if anything happened, and I thought, oh, maybe it was because I did that and maybe because I did that, so I literally tried to do everything that I possibly could, not in knowing what I was doing, just reading books and going to antenatal classes, and I still thought that there might still be something wrong with her because he had fully drilled it into my head, so it's like I couldn't... It was hard to, like, understand my pregnancy and to get a natural emotion through the pregnancy, but at the same time I just knew that I loved her and protected her, and I chose to have her. Yeah.
And that's it. That was a choice, and which many others might not have been able to go through and maybe been caught in the kind of threat of, get rid, do this.
Yeah, people have said to me that, like, how did you keep it? But at the end of the day, like, I was got rid of, I wasn't wanted, like, I lived a lie, like, why am I going to do that to someone else beyond both of our controls? So it weren't in my head.
At that point, and that's it, she didn't ask for it.
Yeah, and she saved me.
In that sense, and yes, 100% she did.
Yeah, she saved me. So
we're gonna get to that 100%. So we can name her, can't we? We're allowed to say her name. Her name's Katie.
Katie, yeah.
Katie. So Katie was born, and I can imagine the nerves whenever she was delivered. Is she all right?
Yeah.
Whenever you got... She's happy, healthy?
Oh, yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah. Something was always there in the back of my head, but it was just like... She was just perfect, and there was literally nothing wrong with her, and, like, she was just... I don't know, it was like she saved me. And, like, I'd just been given this best friend that I needed. And that's how it was. And I was so protective of her.
She was your wee sense of belonging, your wee attachment, and which was it's as natural anyway. That's it. And she actually plays a big part in this story as well, doesn't she? In this journey. So 2 years passed. Was it two? How old was she then? Whenever you had got wind that this guy had then taken up with
Katie was 2, yeah.
Katie was 2, yeah.
Yeah.
So in them 2 years, did he stay away?
Yeah, he stayed away. But it was just constant fear because now I thought time's passed, I've not gone back, I'm not at college, like, this is going to catch up with me.
Yeah. I can imagine that. I can imagine you're thinking, especially the way things have panned out. Am I going to be walking down the street with her? Is she going to grow up and be at the park? And
Yeah, literally everything. Even at night, if I heard a bang, I expected him to come through my door, because when I lived with him, 6 o'clock in the morning, he'd just throw my bed up and I'd wake up on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So like every sudden bang, it was just like, is it going to be there? And I was just like always like this on guard, just trying to protect her.
Yeah.
But yeah, when she was 2, I went to the police.
Yeah, and the whole turning point was that you had got word that he was with another girl, and there was a young girl in the mix there too.
Yeah. So he had another baby, and she would have just turned 1.
Was that his?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was scrolling through social media, and
Can we just we'll have something to giggle about here. What social media was it at that point?
Facebook.
Oh, it was Facebook,
Yeah,
was it?
Facebook.
Oh, flip's sake. Do you know where I was going? This is how far back I would go. Flipping Bebo. Do you ever remember Bebo?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, it was Facebook, and I was scrolling through, and I was come across it, and the picture of the little girl, and I just looked, and I was just like, I can't do this no more.
Mm-hmm.
I was already breaking, because even though I tried to protect Katie and all through my pregnancy, it was like running off adrenaline or dissociation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was in my mind, but I was becoming tired.
Mm-hmm.
Just
mentally drained, fatigued.
Just completely. And at one point, like, she was staying with my mum for a few months because I was really, really struggling,
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot. And then I got her back, and yeah, when I said, I can't do this no more.
Mm-hmm.
If he kills me, he kills me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just picked up the phone.
Which requires what we talked about before. Confidence.
I just rang the police and reported it.
Yeah. And what was the process then from there?
So someone come out and took a statement, and then they went back, and then they come back and said they've arrested him, but he's denying it.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to do DNA swabs. In this whole time, I'd not mentioned it to my mum, not mentioned it to any of my friends, anyone that's around. Like, I've not mentioned it to anyone. I was literally living like in a bubble in my mind, and that was it. The police needed swabs off my mum, so the police had to tell my mum. And then I was supposed to go to trial, a 4-day trial, all the way back down in Essex, which really, it was really hard at the time.
It takes you back nearly to the scene of it, which shouldn't be done.
So I had to go down there, and then on the day, I never met my barrister, never met anyone, never got any help all the way through it. Supposed to have victim liaison involved, they only contact me once. So I did all that by my own, and then my barrister, she was lovely, which I'm really grateful for. And then she was like, right, you're supposed to be on trial at 11. And she was like, I've been watching your video interview. So I was like, right. And she's like, I've so far getting him to plead guilty. I didn't know what any of this meant.
Mm-hmm.
She come back at 1, and then she come back at 4, and at 4 o'clock he'd pleaded guilty. The judge was giving his sentence out, where he got 7 years. At that point I thought, right, I've got 7 years, I can get strong, like, Katie will be a little bit older, but she's still going to be around that thing, so it worried me. I was told by services that once he's out, he can apply for access to see her, which completely, absolutely threw me. I flipped.
And again, how mental the systems are.
And because when he got out, he was in Manchester, they told me it wouldn't be Oldham Social Services dealing with it. So because Manchester Social Services don't actually know me or my case, they will probably agree for it.
Agree to let, yeah.
Yeah. So I had all that playing on me, and then I found out obviously he was only doing 3.5.
That's right. So he got sentenced to 7 years, but he only had to serve 3.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this literally goes to anyone in the hierarchy even watching this. Like, have a word with yourselves, because
It's...
how is that even justified, given the fact your case was there, but you alone there was, you alone are a wee case, Katie's a case, but he had previous.
Yeah.
He was known previous for this.
Yeah.
Like, the system needs shook, doesn't it?
It needs something, because it's not okay. They think, right, we've been to court, they've been sentenced, he's got 7 years, he's coming out, he's done his time, that's it. They don't understand the trauma behind closed doors, the PTSD, the children of sexual abuse, the impacts and the conflicts that it actually causes them, and everything that comes with it. It's a daily life sentence for us.
It is. No, 100%. It is. It definitely is. And you know, the sick, mad thing about it all is the court systems too. I've no doubt there's deals done in back rooms.
Yeah.
Let him off, I'll give this, and I have no doubt about that.
It frustrates me as well, because they get a lot of funding. So they get funding for like the prison itself, they get funding when they come out, they get a support worker, they have probation workers which help them with different things. I left that court, and I can honestly hand on heart say I've never had help for me or for Katie until I've really battled the services to try and get it. But when I was younger, I wish I knew what I knew now.
Yeah.
And this is why I want to be the person for other people that I didn't have, because 10 years ago, if I was said, right, you can access this service, or this for mental health, or this for Katie, for the life story and this, that and the other, which she's 17 and she's still not had done properly. And like different things that could have helped her. It's damaging what they've done. Yeah. And it's damaging what they've done to Katie.
But it is 100%. And while I'll say we, so, because you're not on your own here with this, there's groups watching. So while we're all here together as the survivors, it's actually the children sometimes that come out of it. They're the victims. In many senses, aren't they?
Massively. Katie's not been able to live a normal life. I moved here 3 years ago, and that was the first time Katie played out properly. Mm-hmm. She'd been out in my front garden in previous properties. She used to say to me at 12, Mum, why are you keeping me prisoner? Mm-hmm. She didn't know anything. I was begging people to help me tell her the truth. Because I'd been lied to, and I knew the inquisitive mind of a child, it could put her in a lot of danger, and I was not doing what had been done to me. And just, she had no normality until 3 years ago I moved here. But now, looking back, I can see the damages of me trying to protect her has done.
Yeah, whilst trying to make it as normal.
Yeah.
Like give her as much normality as you can, but still kind of safeguard her and ring fence her a bit. I know it's flipping, and again too probably for her growing up as well. Like she asked the questions, but it was just sort of normality. Yeah. You know, and what was it like? So you came over, and you seen her out playing. Was it a wee sigh of relief? And
yeah, it was, because I didn't feel like I was looking over my shoulder and stuff, and just being able to give her that. But then I realised how much I'd actually really held her back. Like she struggles in social situations now. Like it comes with a lot. Like I wanted to give her a life that I never had, but unintentionally, of course, just I wouldn't say as much damage, but has been damaging through lack of help and lack of support. Like Katie's had to deal with my mental health. She's had to deal with my PTSD. Like when she was younger, she would sit up at night if there was bang to make sure no one was coming in the house, and she kind of became my protector. Yeah. But I were in a mental state back then. I do feel selfish for it, but I have to be real and honest that that's just how it came about, because I was struggling, and I was very much a victim 10 years ago, and I didn't know the life that I was living. Now, when I look back, I can see what was what, and I'm making it more normal to her now. Yeah. But she's had to go through that. Yeah. But the systems are aware of how that affects, because if I didn't struggle mentally, I wouldn't be human through what I've been through. Yeah.
And that's it. And again, when you go to certain, like we said, you speak up about it. Oh, that's a bit much to hear. It's a bit heavy. That's exposing a wee bit too much. Turn the volume down on that, or knock that off. But it does need addressed. Things do need addressed. It's like you're saying with funding, these people get brought out and whatever. I have been back and forth to the hospitals at the minute with my daughter, and what I have seen sitting in there is people go in there paying into the system and whatever, but a prisoner drugged off their head, stuff put in every orifice, is lifted over someone and given first class treatment. Why? Human rights, I understand that, but at the same time, the system, what is going on?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, literally, Katie's 17 now, and I can honestly say there's not one thing out there for children like her.
Yeah.
And it's sad, because why do they need to be alienated? Why do they need to be outcasted? Because we didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
And unless it's spoke about, I believe that silence is a false sense of security, and it does protect what needs to be exposed. And that's why I'm completely honest about how my mental health and stuff has impacted her. But I didn't actually realise that 10 years ago.
Yeah. I know. And the other thing as well that gets me with, especially cases like this, because you hear it, these individuals, I touched on it with my last guest as well around this sort of topic, is come out, get rehabilitated, be a bit of rehabilitation. How do you rehabilitate? Someone like that can't be rehabilitated.
No. And
you can't rehabilitate that.
And the thing is, people like him, it's never just one person that they've done it to, so I know at least 4 or 5 that it's been done to,
yeah.
And I know people have spoke to me about other people that have abused them and stuff, and it's been to multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
So that one sentence, what they're getting, is not justice, or they can't be rehabilitated, because they've damaged like multiple people's 100%. Lives to their families, and then if there's children involved, them as well. So how can any rehabilitation be done or justice be done?
That's it. Well, the actual ones that need the rehabilitation are left.
Yeah, sat behind.
And it's like, I think as well too, it's like this, coming out and talking like this, especially in the time we're in now, because I do believe society is getting weaker.
Yeah.
It's getting softer. Where
you have to filter everything.
Yeah.
Or someone judges something. Or
but that's it. But again, this is the hierarchy. It's all, everyone coming from the top, silencing.
Yeah.
Just, but everyone is getting into that kind of work frame where, you don't say nothing. If you do not like it, don't lift it up. If you don't like that, don't eat it. I know, but nothing.
I remember speaking to, I think she worked in the police, but I'm not sure what for. And I was saying about opening up on things years ago, and she blatantly said, "And don't open a can of worms." Now, what is that can of worms?
What is that can of worms?
Like, how is that okay? Let's just keep it shut and just avoid it all, shall we?
Because what you find then when you open that is that masses appear.
Yeah.
And overthrows the flipping. But there always is strength in numbers, and unity going forward is the way. And that is the drive to give the people confidence, and they can reach out to us on the podcast, and we can put things out and put them onto yourself or on the others that have been on, or whoever, if they want a book or a chat or whatever.
Yeah, I don't want anyone feeling alone. Like, I've felt the loneliest person, and I would not wish it on anyone. I wouldn't even wish it on my worst enemy.
Yeah.
It's just not a nice place to be.
No. And it's the same as well too with voicing this, because we actually found, I'm actually gonna say this, we actually found this when I had my last female guest in touching on the topic, that when we put out one of the teasers, the reels for the episode, someone actually commented on almost like, well, sure, what's wrong with that? And hating on us for, we had it. I've screenshotted it. We removed it because I'm not going to give them, they had 6 followers, I'm not going to give them airtime. But I think going forward, if I get any of that, I'm literally going to put names, everything up, and expose it.
Yeah.
And that's it. If we get shut down for it, well, here at least we've got the story out. It's on the platform.
Yeah.
But so we went right off on a tangent there, didn't we? So How did the idea for the book come around?
So, back in 2020, I was at rock bottom. I was begging to be sectioned for mental health. I just didn't feel. I've always thought in life, like, you will achieve and you will push forward. I could not see any light.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was in the darkest of the darkest place.
Fought that hard, mentally drained.
Going out, trying to be a social butterfly, trying to blend in all different groups, drinking, thinking everyone's your friend, and going on feeling more lonely. And I was getting angry, and it was put to me about writing a blog, and I thought, what's this? So it was proposed to me that I write what I needed to write and it'd be edited. The person that edits my blog is absolutely amazing. And I wrote a chapter, and the response that I got off that, and then I wrote another chapter, and I realised as I was writing that I had kept all this in my head, and chapters was just coming out because I just had so much to say.
So much to say, yeah.
And every time I did it, like, honestly, the support and the positive that come from it kind of gave me purpose. And I thought, you know what, like, it was kind of validating that I am a person and that I can do things, also that I can achieve. And when people was telling me that I was helping them as well, that just gave me more fire in my belly just to keep going with it, despite the hardest ones. Like, when I got to the hardest chapters of being in Essex and stuff, like, I really struggled with that. And that was the first time I really spoke about it to people. Yeah. Like, I mentioned it to a few friends and whatnot, but that was the first time that I'd come proper out with it. And people's response from that was so supportive. It was hard to digest at the time. I'm thinking, why am I not getting hate from this? Like, and support. And then when people were telling me their stories and whatnot, it just made me, like, continue. And then Anne Cusack, who's also amazing, she contacted me around my blog and then said, do you want to do your book? So I was like, definitely. I'd been asking to do my book previously, but quite complex because of the legal side of things. Yeah. And and my book came about. And
nervous whenever it was coming out, or just I cried before it come out. One, because, like, I'd finally done it and finally achieved. Like, I've been trying to write my book myself for years and years and years. Not aware of legal side of things or context or anything like that. But I just write the way that I speak, so it don't really work. But when it was coming out, I was, like, really buzzing that it was coming out. And then, because it was a tell-all, especially with Katie, I'm like, have I done the right thing here? And then Katie was fully supportive of it, which, honestly, she's so amazing. Yeah. Like, she has helped me so much. Like, she did save me, and and then just keep pushing forward now. Keep striving. Who is the little girl on the front?
That is, because it's from a publisher, they do they kind of put that together. The one on the back, that is actually me.
This is you here?
Yeah, that's actually me from when I was in foster care.
Jeepers creepers, look at that. Incredible. Where can people purchase the book?
Amazon, Waterstones. I think it's in large Asda's, and there's multiple bookstores online as well. Yeah. Yeah, I think it is being sold, like, globally, so I'm not aware of the actual shops online that sell it.
So if anyone is wanting to get it, we'll get the links and attach it into the episode. You got married recently?
I did.
You got married recently?
Yeah.
Life's good?
Yeah, life is much better. I am proud of myself for turning it around. And
so you should be.
Yeah, my partner, she's really helped me through it and been very supportive through everything. And being that other positive parent for Katie has kind of, like, give the family life what I wanted for Katie. And he's. And
did you meet here, or you met?
No, so we met on Snapchat.
Hear her giggling out there.
Yeah, and then she come over to visit me, and then I weren't ready for a relationship. I was really, like, closed off. Like I said, I'd only just started my blog, was at rock bottom. I did healthy relationship courses and childhood trauma courses and a couple of other courses, and I thought, you know what, I'm preventing myself from my own happiness here. Yeah. Like, I'm shutting people out, and that's what all these people want. So I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, what I want in life. So I want a family. I want to be successful. I want to be able to work. I'm never going to be cured of mental health, but being able to adapt and retrain certain parts of my brain so it doesn't completely define who I am.
Yeah.
And I've kind of just worked towards it, and yeah, I mean,
You're absolutely smashing it.
I am.
You're smashing it. And I think if you look back on this, look at you even here. Like, I can see you're sitting against you have a lovely wee aura and all. Like, it's like, and you can kind of see you perking up when you're talking about your wee successes and all.
Yeah, I do like to achieve and just know that hopefully I can help other people. Like, that is my passion, and hopefully I can push forward with that.
Yeah. I think that's a good way to cap it. Stacey, what do you think?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on. You did great.
Cheers.
Folks, as I say, if you want to purchase the book, we'll attach the links under the episode of where you can get it. What a woman Stace Don is. See you in the next episode.